Welcome to our Gentle Nudges series. Today we're talking about chapter 23 and Be the Sun, Not the Salt. I'm Dr. Harry Cohen, joined by my co-host, Connie Fontaine. And we're talking about these chapters so that people can go, oh yeah, I remember that. That's good. Simple reminders to do what we already know how to do, and we can remind each other to do them. Keep your cool. Practice the skill of keeping our cool with little things. Makes it easier when bigger stuff happens. I just learned that rhyming makes us remember stuff. So here's one. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So the more that we practice keeping our cool with little things, when big things come along, our neurons are wired together. They're like, oh yeah, no big deal, Ferris wheel.
The first thing you want to be able to do is acknowledge that it's not worth getting wound up. I mean, I think that keeping perspective is obviously a chapter we've already walked through together in detail, but that's part of this. Keep perspective. Let the little things stay little.
And little things are constantly happening all around us, not the major crises like major tragedies and difficulties, but the little things. The more we can practice keeping our cool with little things, when the medium things come along or bigger things, we're like, oh yeah, everyone calm down. Well, let's triage this. If people don't freak out in the emergency room. They've seen it all before. Okay, get over there. Let's put a tourniquet on that. Let's do that. In the restaurant, a glass smashes and falls everywhere. Okay, it's clean up in aisle 3. No big deal. Ferris wheel. And that mindset allows us to get good when medium and big things come along. Like, okay, is everybody safe? Good. Was anyone hurt? No. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, call the police, or do whatever the next step is. But I love getting good at practicing keeping my cool.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about some of those ways to do that too, because I find that my face is very expressive, and that can be good and that can be really bad. I instantly can telegraph how I'm feeling if I'm not really cautious. And I think keeping my cool was always really easy as a mom. You saw someone fall, if a little kid, especially even as a grandma, a ball hit their head, and so half the room will go like, oh my gosh. And then the other half of the room was like, you're good, you're okay. And I was that kind of mom, I'm that kind of grandmother. And yet in a situation with a bunch of adults, I have to also do the same thing. I have to smile, breathe in through my nose so not everybody can tell I'm taking a deep breath. And if I don't do that, then I have a tendency to telegraph that I'm not keeping my cool.
Yeah. And this is not judging anyone. We're not judging ourselves or anybody else. If you do lose your cool, what I love is let losing our cool be our teacher. Ooh, I lost it there. Good for you. What do you mean good? Aren't we supposed to keep our cool? Yeah, but you didn't.
Right. Practice it. But when you don't do it right. Yeah.
That's the practice of, oh my God. I dropped something this morning and I heard myself like, Harry, you idiot. Oh, God, what's with the Harry, you idiot?
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. You got this. And so I like the practice of keeping our cool so that we can get better and better and better. Like you said, when the little kid falls, everyone calm down. The kid just is 2 feet off the ground. That's why falling when you're a 2-year-old is okay.
And then the reminder that when you don't keep your cool, it's okay because you can do the next right thing. You can apologize, acknowledge, whatever the appropriate thing is in the moment, but that's okay too.
Yeah. So I hope this allows, helps, nudges, reminds all of us to practice keeping our cool with the little things that make us lose our cool so that we can get better at it. And then when the big stuff does happen, everybody knows and you know what to do.
You're more
and
ready
what not
for
to
it.
do.
Right. Practice is good.
Yeah. So we are talking about how do you practice keeping your cool. And the example I gave in the book about Captain Sullenberger, when the plane landed on the Hudson, he had thousands of hours of both training and simulation and flying a plane so that when that crisis hit, he was able to calm, cool, and collectedly save all those lives. But all professions practice, medical and military and every
First
other
responders,
first responders
for sure.
constantly practice so that when crises happen, we're more prepared. And I think the metaphor for us is the more we can practice and see keeping our cool as a practice, like, ooh, wow, I didn't get upset there. Good-o.
Mhm.
That is the simulation so that when bigger crises happen, we're cool, calm, and collected.
Right.
So you can think of your life's work when you get upset as, ooh, I was in the simulator.
Right.
How'd you do? I got
Yep.
back to calm, cool, and collected in 4 seconds. Good
Mhm.
for you.
You can see it in the way you feel, and you can see it in the faces of anyone around you as well for how it's being reflected.
One of the things about emotional contagion, good and bad, is that our emotions are contagious. So
Mhm.
our anxiety and stress and fear and
Absolutely.
anger and every other emotion that we feel is contagious with and around other people. So, especially if you're in positions of authority,
Mhm.
if you can monitor and modulate and control your emotional reactions to crises, little and big, you make everyone around you feel calm, cool, and collected.
It isn't
So,
some of the fastest way, at least for me, I don't know if this would be for everybody, but it's easier to control the outside. So how your face looks, your body language, you can still not have processed everything internally, but if you can at least be reflecting to others and not be the contagion for stress or panic, I think that helps. That starts getting you there. It's part of that
it does.
practice.
It's fake it till you make it.
Uh-huh.
Weren't you
Yeah,
upset?
exactly.
Well, I was a little upset, but
Right.
I didn't want to show all the kids and everybody in the classroom or everyone on the plane or wherever it is. But that's the practice, which is, your face is not your own.
Right.
So remember to keep your own emotions properly regulated
Yep.
because they're contagious.
And yeah, I think about that you talked about a leader. When a leader walks in the door of the conference room or somebody walks into their office. I think of a parent coming home after a really tough day at work. When you walk in the door, if you can fake it till you make it, the rest of it is so much easier. So
Yeah.
smile first, engage, and then the rest just gets a little easier. So hopefully this inspired you one way or the other to keep your cool, smile and move on, all the good stuff we've been talking about. And please comment, share, like, and spread this great word. Thanks very much. Thanks for listening.